in 2003. When they published the dossier in September 2002, we said to Jeremy, can you go down on your bike and see what this dossier says, because they get it a few hours before everybody else, the MPs. Jeremy phoned up and said, don't worry, it's nothing to worry about, they haven't got any evidence. Now, he knew that in September 2002, but Tony Blair and George Bush took us to war only a few months later with absolutely horrific consequences for everybody in the world, because they made the world a much more dangerous place. Jeremy has always been there through thick or thin, opposing these wars. He did it over Syria, he did it over Libya, he did it over Afghanistan and Iraq, and he is doing it today over Ukraine. Not because anybody in Stop the War supports what Russia is doing, but because we can see that what is happening with this war is it is going to be a worse and worse war, where the Ukrainian people are already suffering massively, but so will all sorts of other people in Europe suffer massively. And therefore the call for peace should be the absolute, definite call that we make. And that call for peace has become a dirty word. You know, you're a peacemonger. Yeah, they love to throw that at Jeremy. He's a pacifist, he's got an allotment, all this kind of thing. But they're terrified of people who call for peace, because they're the warmongers, they're the arms dealers, they're the people who have made our world what it is today, and they're the people. We're now looking at the possibility of nuclear war and the possibility of wars on two fronts, both in the Pacific against China and in Europe over Ukraine. I know that Jeremy will always be with us on this question, and not just on this question, over Palestine, over the Kenyan Mau Mau who were tortured and imprisoned by the British during the 1950s, over the fighting in Sudan, where many British citizens are not being allowed to come to this country because they don't give a damn about refugees who aren't white and don't fit in with their agenda. I know on all these issues and on many other issues, Jeremy Corbyn stands with us. He stands against war. He stands for justice for everybody who's fighting for liberation. He stands against the employers and the bosses. He stands in support of the strikers. To me, I hope Jeremy is going to be our MP for many years to come. And I'll just conclude by saying that I think that Keir Starmer has been an absolute disgrace in the way that he's treated him. And believe me, I think that this is not what most people in this country think of Jeremy. They know he's decent, they know he's honest. That's just what they can't stomach in the Palace of Westminster.
Round of applause for Lindsay German. Now I just want to say, before the main speaker comes on, I just want to say he didn't really want us to celebrate his 40th, because he doesn't want it to be all about him. That is the man. And I think that is the most wonderful quality that he's got, and it attracts me to politics, that there's someone like that who is like that. Now, we've heard a lot about Jeremy Corbyn today, but he's here, and I'm really pleased that he's come. So could he make as much noise as you can, like it's 2017, for Jeremy Corbyn?
Thank you, and big thank you to Crispin and all those that have put this event together here on Highbury Fields. These fields, historic, saved from developers, made a park for the people, and it's been a scene of joy, of open air local events and all kinds of things, and it's brought our communities together. And I'm very proud to have been the Member of Parliament for Islington North since 1983. If the people still wish me to continue, my services are available. Because I was first elected here in 1983, and I first came to London in the late 60s and early 1970s. Those days, it didn't feel like the greatest life on earth to be growing up and living in Britain.